Peds Patrol here. There are missing children in Nova Scotia. Here are some important tips about child safety. So first and foremost, here's hoping that the children are found. It is devastating for any family member to have their child missing. Children are still in their early phases of development, learning what is right, what is wrong, what is safe, what is not. Their innocence is a gift, but at the same time, it can be worrisome because they can do things or say things that might be causing them danger. So it's really important to have a safety checklist. In your checklist, one of the things that you want to ask is really an assessment of your child's character, personality, and behavior. Children who may have neurodevelopmental issues or who are quite active, who are quite mobile and run a lot, those could potentially cause safety concerns. Same thing with children who are free-spirited and independent. Those kids you always have to keep an eye out for, whether it's in your home, at a birthday party, at school, or at a recreational facility like a swimming pool. Once you know the style of your child, the next question you should ask is, what do I have as supports in place to prevent any harm or injury to that child? I'll link below some resources for safety checklists and equipment that you should have at home. Depending on the ages and stages of your child, you may need to have safety locks in your home, hiding dangerous equipment away from the child, and making sure things like fences and locks are placed in your external environment, such as your front yard, backyard, and even if you have things like pools. Check in with your teacher or your daycare facility to make sure that they have safety checks in place as well. Where is the facility located? Is it close to a major highway or intersection? Are there other facilities nearby the daycare or school that could be considered dangerous? By checking in with the school, you can determine whether or not that child is safe at that facility. Other things that you can think about is having some information that is stored in their backpack or their lunch bag or even their clothes. Just like a luggage tag, you can have a phone number, a contact address, any pertinent information that might be useful if the child were to ever get lost. There's always this debate about whether or not your child should be tagged with like an air tag or another type of tile tracker. Things like smartwatches or phones given to children for tracking purposes has also been thought of. It's debatable whether or not you want to track your children in such a way that could potentially be prone to hacking or personal freedom. But when you hear cases like this where children are missing, sometimes it could be an argument for actually getting tracking done. And you can place these trackers in their backpacks or lunch bag or even hide them in their jackets. One of the other things to think about is having conversations with your children about what safety looks like and what harms look like, especially if they're developmentally appropriate. You can use things like books, toys, and other types of media to talk about danger. Remember, child safety is not just a family issue, but it's a community issue. So here's hoping that these children are found and they're safe and they get back to their home and their parents healthy and happy.